I am live. Hello, guys. So glad to be here with you today. Hope that your day is going well. Someone said, "Are we live?" Yes. Did Erica cut her hair? Yes. It's really short right now. Super, super, super short. So I'm really excited that you guys are here, and we're going to talk about what to do when a woman loses interest. And I almost want to say that this could apply to men and women, but that's not. I think some of the things I'm going to say, maybe I could say to men, but I think if women were like, she said that to me, that would be a bit harsh. So maybe we will just keep it with men and not women, okay? So, what to do when a woman loses interest? Here's always the most important thing that I encourage anyone to do. Here's my personal challenge with experts like myself doing videos about this is yes, I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can do to regain her interest, but I just need to preface it some things by clearing the air. My challenge with experts like myself when we give advice on this is it becomes this Jedi ninja mind games of, oh, let me juxtapose and jump into her body and imagine all the reasons why she has lost interest in me. And then I will come back to my body and then I will do all these things so that she is once again interested in me. And it just becomes this huge, big mind screw over, right? And so here is my simple advice before we go into some things that you can do to get her interested again. But the most important thing that I encourage you to do is just freaking ask her. And what I don't want to do is set you guys up to constantly be doing these strategies and techniques when you're avoiding the one thing that you need to do, which is have conversation around it and freaking ask her, "Hey, why did you lose interest in me? I want to know." Now, if you're new here, my name is Erica Angel. I've been a dating and relationship expert for 14 years now. And for any of you guys, I really want to share with you, I'm putting in my website in the chat. Make sure that you go to my homepage of my website, which that will take you there. And there's a free meditation that I'm offering you guys. It's one that you can just download and listen to when you're working out, or if you don't want to work out and do meditation, but you're laying down, you want to listen to it. But also, I've created a meditation movie that's also free there so that it's my voice helping you come back to your body, helping you feel safe with connection, and empowering you to go, you have permission to be loved. You have permission to connect. And anything that's separating you from that, I hope that the power of my voice and the magic on my voice will remove those things that block you from receiving love and being in love. So make sure that you go to that and get that connection meditation today. Just to come back to the chat. Oh, we've got people from all over the world today. This is very exciting for me. Antonio says in 20 minutes, we'll be live. Glad that you're here before. Thank you for being here. Stanley is from Melbourne, Australia. Wow, Stanley, thank you for being here all the way from Australia. I am currently in the French Riviera. Antonio is from the Bronx. Welcome, Bronx. Bill says, bonjour, Erika. Bonjour, Bill. Comment ça va? Sean, hello, my darling. Sean is one of my emotional warriors. He's part of my emotional warrior program. So good to see you, my darling. We have Zambia, Africa in the room. Wow. Wow. What an honor to think that my voice is going into Australia, into Zambia, Africa. How beautiful is this? Hello. Elijah from Nigeria. Oh my God, this is so cool. This is such a mind blow. Wow, this is really special to me. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. I feel really honored to have you guys here from these beautiful countries. With love, Mogadishu. Mogadishu. Where is that? Canada. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, Somalia. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't know how this just got so international today, but let me just tell you that I am so grateful with how international this live is. This is wonderful. Wow, this really expands my heart. Jaroslav says, hi from Mars. Okay, that I do not believe. Hi, Elijah. How are you? Oh my gosh, Nax from Bangkok, Thailand. Nat, I used to live in Thailand. I lived in Thailand for like 3 months back in 2018. Wow. I am just, can we just give me a moment to let me just soak this in? I know you guys are here for advice, but can you just be patient with me in this moment and just let me absorb this, that I am getting to speak into the hearts of people all over the world? What a dream come true. Let me just enjoy this and go, wow, thank you, God, that I get to use my voice to touch people all over the world. Woo! Oh, what an honor. My chest, like my heart has to expand to receive that. That's so powerful. Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for trusting me and valuing the words that I say. So without further ado, let's get back to the message. And make sure you guys in these different countries, I would love for you guys to get that connection meditation. It would just bless my heart to know that my meditation and my voice is being deposited in different countries. Please, please, please go and please get that free gift from me. I would love that. I would love, love, love if you went and got that. It is free. Go get it. It's going to change your life. You'll be like, I didn't know something free could be so powerful. Well, it's the power of a woman's voice. So when I do videos like this, I want to go back to what I'm saying because I don't want to get off that soapbox just too quickly. When you watch videos like mine, like the one that you're watching, you're like, yeah, why? What can I do? She lost interest in me. What can I do? The challenge that I have is that I don't want to disempower you by trying to read people's mind, because I think that that is a very weak approach. I think it's very cowardly when we just don't go to someone and say, hey, shoot me straight. It's obvious. Like, we don't have to joke around, and you don't have to tell me you're busy or that you're washing your hair every day of the week. Like, I'm not dumb here. I want you to be clear with me. I want you to be honest with me and tell me, what was it? Why did you lose interest? And I want you to tell me the truth and give people a why. People always need a why. Just to say that, like, sometimes I have to be honest with you. Some women get a bit scared about telling men the truth because, let me tell you, there are some crazy mofos out there who are just awful. I'll tell you a personal story. Do you want to hear a personal story of mine when a guy was just a mofo to me? And this is why women won't always tell you the truth. But before I tell you that story, it is a good story. I was like, damn. Before I tell you that story, everyone needs to know why. So here's the thing. When you go and you talk to a woman, before you follow any of the advice I'm about to tell you, you're going to follow this first piece of advice. You are going to do it because I'm empowering you guys to be powerful and to not be cowards and not to just watch these kind of videos so that you can bypass your way out of courage. No, you guys are freaking emotional warriors. You're courageous. You're going to go have the damn conversation with her. Can you hear me? Can I get a amen out there? You're going to go to her and you're going to say this. Look, and some of you might need to write this down. If this is you and you're in this situation, I want you to write this down, and I want you to not only write it down, but to go and do it, right? But writing it down is super helpful. Thanks, Antonio. Antonio gave me an amen. This is what I want you to say. Exactly. Write it down. Come back to this video. We're at the 9-minute mark. I want you to say this. And people always ask me, tell me what to say, Erica. Tell me what to say. Clients always say, even my friends are like, oh my God, I should say that to my partner. Hold on, let me write that down. So everyone's always asking me, tell me exactly what to say. I'm going to tell you exactly what to say. when a woman loses interest. In fact, I should just make the whole video about this, but I know you guys, you want the, I know, but just give me any other like technique and step. And oh, okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. But first, you're going to say this to her. Hey, look, it's pretty obvious that you've lost interest here. And I get that. I see that. I would really like to know why. What was it that caused you to lose interest in me? And here's why, because people always need a why. When they know the why, they're more inclined to give you what you want. So you say this, listen, I don't want this to become part of my future. So if there's something that I can correct or an area in my life that I need to get better at, I need you to tell me the truth so that I don't screw up the rest of my life. Is essentially what you're saying. And so you're inviting the woman into a safe experience to share with you her truth. Now, listen, she may say something and it may be totally off the wall and it's her own trauma, her own pain, her own self-defense mechanisms popping up. And with that, you just go, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to tell me. And then you just throw it out the window, right? So I'm not telling you to take in everything she says. But most of the time, if she's a good woman and she's sincere and she's not like trying to like hurt you, but she sincerely wants to give you some honest feedback, it might be tough to hear, but let me tell you what, it could be a major, like my eyes when I said major blind spot in your life that you're not conscious of. And it could become a pattern where woman after woman after woman rejects you. And you're like, okay, I keep getting rejected. So there's obviously something going on with me, but what it is, I don't know because these women won't tell me the truth. So when you set it that way, when you're super confident about it and you say, look, I get it, I see it, I'm not here to try to win you back, but I do want some clarity. Help me. It would really help me so that I can take this, say it in this way, so I can take this as a growing experience. And I think as human beings, we all want to help each other grow at the end of the day. So you say, listen, I want to take this as a growing experience, as a learning experience, so I can get better. And be prepared for whatever she says to you. And you may not like it, but you say, thank you so much. I appreciate you telling me the honest truth. Now, I will tell you my personal story, and I will tell you honestly why a lot of women don't come out and just tell you why they've lost interest in you. Because I know some of you are thinking, well, shouldn't she just tell me? Like, where's her responsibility in this? And I hear you, and I agree. I think that we all have a personal responsibility to communicate with someone when something's not working out, as opposed to being immature or weak and just disappearing on the person. So I agree. But if she doesn't give you that regardless of whether she's responsible or not, you still need your answer so that your life doesn't suck. You know what I mean? So you getting that answer from her is very important. Now, if she wants to give it to you of her own accord, then wow, kudos on her. Like you've got you a mature woman who is responsible for using her voice. That's beautiful. But now let me tell you the story as to why women don't do this, because there are some real a-holes in this world that can become really nasty with a woman when this happens. So I have a story to tell you. There was this guy that I was messaging back and forth, and he found me on Twitter. This was years ago. And I was really going through a hard time. I was going through a hard time financially. I was going through a hard time. I can't remember if this was around the same time as my sister's accident. There was a lot of heavy stuff going on in my life. I'd come out of a horrible breakup. It was the year from hell. The year from hell. 2010 was my year from hell, but somehow I still managed to make it awesome too at the same time. I always do that. I always find a way to like take crappy situations and make them work for me. You should too. So I'm going through a rough year, and I'm very honest with this guy. We start messaging on Twitter. We start developing a friendship, right? And he's very discreet about what he looks like. It's a mystery. It's a secret. I don't know what he looks like, but he's wonderful to talk to. We talk on the phone. We're messaging and this and that. And I think he had a big Instagram following. So he was like, or not Instagram, sorry. It was Twitter back then. He had a huge Twitter following. So I was like, wow, this guy's got his stuff together. He's like making things happen in this world. And that's how he presented it to me. And then finally I saw a picture of him and I was like, this is why he's waited so long to really reveal who he is and what he looks like. And he looked disheveled as like the boy hadn't seen a barber in about 20 years. I'm like, are you auditioning for Castaway? Like, what's happening here? Why do you look like this? You have a Forrest Gump audition that you're going for? Why do you? I didn't say these things, but obviously I'm thinking these things. I'm like, man, this guy's really not taking care of himself. So we continue to be friends. And Antonio thinks that's funny, right? It is kind of funny. Uh, and so we developed this friendship, and then I can tell, because women, we can tell sometimes, most of the time, when a guy's starting to like us. And I could tell you starting to like me. And he said, oh, well, maybe I can come and see you. And then he starts planning all this stuff. And so I thought I would be an honest woman and I would just communicate the truth, because that's what you do. That's what human beings do to one another. They tell each other the truth. What a concept. Mine blown. So I tell this guy, I'm honest with him, and I said, listen, I really enjoyed this friendship. I got to be super honest with you. I know you're talking about coming out here. If you do come out here, just know that when you come out here, it will just be as friends. Like, I don't see anything romantically. You would have thought I told the guy that he had a micro, you know what, and that he was sterile, and that he was a loser, and that who on earth was he to think he had a chance with me? You would have thought I would have communicated that way to him by the response he gave me. He goes, you gotta be kidding with me. Why would I ever be interested in a woman like you? You don't even have your shit together, and you're a lost cause. And he took every failure in my life and just crammed it down my throat like a gentleman. And I thought, woo, wow. Well, thank you for showing me all of your anger, resentment, bitterness, an immense amount, an absorbent amount of insecurity. Wow. Thank you and I just said, okay, and we are done. And you're not even my friend anymore. We're not doing this. So I'm just saying that if you're curious and you're watching this video and you're like, why do some women just not tell me why they've lost interest, is because there are some very insecure people in this world with very vicious, vile teeth who bite and who are hurtful. And I promise you, I'm not the only one with this story. So some women are just a little concerned that you might go a little cray-cray on them and tell them off for them telling you the truth. So, yeah, I agree with Antonio. He's like, Antonio, you're really like communicative in this. I love this. He was like, that guy was an a-hole. Thomas is like, damn, I feel the same way. So that's why some women won't tell you why they've lost interest in you. So either they are just, here's the thing, either they're immature and weak, or they're afraid of your retaliation if they think that you might do that. And here's the third one, and this is a hard one. This is a hard one to digest. Is she just doesn't care. She honestly just doesn't care about you. And so she is going on with her life, and it doesn't even cross her mind to think hey, maybe I should tell this person why I'm not responding to their messages, why we're not going on dates anymore. Like, it's like she doesn't even think of that. And so if that's your case, if it's a woman that she honestly just doesn't even care and has zero regard for you, then good riddance. Like, she just did you a favor of walking out. You just go, oh my gosh, thank you so much for just walking out of my life, because God knows the amount of bag of headaches that you come with, sister. Goodbye. Au revoir. Don't need it. I'm just going to see what you guys are saying in the chat. AOHT06 says, laughing out loud, it's crazy how some guys go from friendly to rude, nasty when they get rejected. Yeah, it's like, woo, turn like that. You're like, good thing you showed me now. Ronak, I love Ronak. You guys have heard me go on and on how much I love Ronak. He says, I also have experiences that sometimes women love you so much, but they don't want to get rejected, so they also go quiet. Ooh, that's a really good one. Mic drop on that, Ronak. It's true. I think it's, when some women who have been hurt, if she really is into you and she loses interest, there is sometimes that sense of protection. And it's like, I'm going to leave him before he leaves me. And that is real. That is a real situation. Thank you for bringing that perspective up. AOHT06 says, like you were just in her messages, clearly you thought highly of her. Men need to learn how to take the L and move on. Sean says, sounds like the reaction of a child. I agree. I have a friend who used to do dating coaching, and he would call them man boys. And he would go, that's a man boy. And I would say, yes, it is. Alan says, wow. Thomas says, dodged a bullet. Absolutely. So now I'm going to tell you, now I'm hoping that you had the conversation with her that I shared with you, that I specifically laid out for you. If you didn't see that, go back to the 9-minute mark if you're just watching this. So she doesn't tell you. You ask her, she blows you off. She's like, I just got busy. And so she doesn't give you an answer. And so you're like, okay, great. That doesn't help me in my next relationship. That doesn't help me when I'm out dating. So that doesn't help me grow. And I'm trying to grow, and this woman won't help me. And that sucks. And it does. So what are some of the things that you can do when she's lost interest with you? Here's the thing. Some of this might hurt. Are you ready? Some of it might hurt. One thing is, I think that I see lots of people who have a lack of social awareness. They just don't know how to read people socially. So maybe they overwhelm the person and they don't realize, like, that's a bit much. Like read the give and take. Like, is she calling you all the time? Okay. Maybe you don't need to call her all the time. It's like, just kind of find the flow of the relationship. You always want to be you, but find the flow. And if the flow doesn't work for you, then get out of there. What are you doing there anyways? But I think there sometimes is a lack of social awareness that some people have. And so when you lack that and you lack the signs, it can be a bit turn off to her, because she wants a man who feels like a man. She doesn't want to feel like this is a project that I have to educate. She doesn't want that. And she doesn't want to be embarrassed in front of her friends if you lack some social awareness. So this is where it gets a little bit more challenging. Being super honest with a friend and meeting up with a friend and saying, hey, I kind of have the feeling that I might have some social awareness issues. I may be wrong. I watched this YouTuber. Your friends will love that response. It's like saying, I got a pain in my body and I Googled it. And people are like, that's the worst thing you can do. You can say, hey, I was doing some research and I'm concerned that I might have a lack of social awareness. Are there some areas that you see? Don't ask them, do you think I have it? Because most of the time your friends are going to go, no. So instead, you want to set yourself up to win, not to get your ego stroked or to get your emotions stroked or comforted. You say, hey, are there any areas that you see where I can improve socially? Okay. So there's that. Here's the other thing is when a woman loses interest and you really feel like there's something there and you want to fight for her to get her back, I always say, like, it's very simple, but it's hard, which is get to the gym. And here's why, because when you go to the gym, you can actually see like physical results. Sometimes when you're doing emotional work, you don't always see the results immediately unless you have that close circle of friends who will just tell you the truth. Also, guys, while I'm sharing this, would you give it a thumbs up right now if this is resonating with you? Even if it's not, just give it a thumbs up because it helps me. It helps Google go, hey, wow, she is saying things that people want to hear. We need to share her work with more people. So hit that likes up, thumbs up button. So going to the gym, one, you feel better about yourself because I think in a situation like this, when a woman loses interest in you, what's the first thing you start doing? You go to your head and you start second guessing everything that you did. And most of the time, the thing that you think you screwed up in isn't what's going on at all. So when you go to the gym, you're getting less out of your head and more back into your body. You're moving your body, you're losing weight, you're looking good, you're getting fit so that the next time she sees you, she's like, wow, what did he do to improve himself? Well, he got to the gym and he started taking care of himself. Here's the thing. Any of the advice that I'm going to give you is all going to go point towards you becoming a better you by taking better care of you. Why do I give that advice? Anyone have an answer to that? Why do I give that advice? Why do I always bring it back to you? Because at the end of the day, you can never change another person. It's never your goal. You never want to do that. You never want to be that person that goes around trying to change people. You just don't want to go there. And really, when you do operate from that, that's a place of fear. When we want to change people, it's like, I need a control to make my world feel safe. I don't feel like that's empowering advice for you. I always bring it back to you because here's the thing, and I've shared this many times and I'll continue to share it. When we see another human being that values themselves, that takes care of themselves, that respects themselves, that loves themselves, what do we see? We see someone that we are attracted to. And this is a huge mistake that I see many men making. And I will continue to say this. I don't care if I go blue in the face. I will continue to say this. This is the biggest mistake I see men make. What they try to do is go directly at the problem and they go, I just need to get her back interested in me. And they negate themselves to make her happy. They forget about like all the things that make them happy, which if you make yourself happy, you become more attractive. No. Most men, they don't want to do it that way. No. Yeah. That seems like too long, Erica. That's too long of a path. It's the quickest path. If you want to get her back and keep her, it's the quickest path. The other way, you're just going in circles. And so I see so many, and men will ask me, well, do you think it was this? I don't know. I'm not reading her mind. I'm not on the phone. I'm not in her DMs right now asking her. This is a mind game you and I are playing. Instead of playing that mind game of going, well, it had to be this, it had to be that. That's the worst thing that you can do. The best thing that you can do is go, all right, the fact that I'm even going there in my mind tells me I have lost a sense of myself. Anytime we think, how do I get better so that I can get that person back? That is, I remember one time being in a relationship and it was not a good relationship. This is when I was very young. And the person, like, I don't have very large breasts, never have, never will. And this person liked very large breasts. And I thought, I really wanted that person. Mind you, I was in a really horrible place in my life. And I thought, well, maybe if I just go get breasts and he'll love me. Are you kidding me? No, I'm keeping my little A's and you can go off. Like, I look good in all my clothes with my tiny boobs. What I'm saying is, the minute that we get that desperate, when we start wanting to go, I need to change myself to get someone else, I can tell you right then and there, that's why they lost interest with you, because they're not attracted to you, because you're not attracted to yourself. AOH, she says, never say never, Aragon. Hell no, I'm not getting those things put in my body. Are you out your damn mind? No. So when we go, I'm not my priority, this person's my priority. This person, if I just did anything I could to get them back, then my life would be so much better. Yeah, but you lost you in the process. And the reason why they're not attracted to you is for that mere fact that you lost yourself in the process. Here's the concept. People want to be with you, people who actually are sincere, because they want to be with the real you. But what I see is too many men watering down their personalities and who they are, trying to get a woman back. And it's like, no, the more you become you, obviously a better version of yourself. Like, I always use this excuse. I said it in one of my videos years ago. If you're, in front of the TV, just eating a bag of Cheetos every night and scratching yourself, yeah, that's not the best version of you. Like, let's use some common sense here. Okay. No, that's not going to win any woman back. But when you're that man, you're like, you know what? There's so much to life. There's so much to who I can become. I want to excel and be the best me. That is a person who values himself. That is a person who respects himself. Guess what? When a man shows up that way, he becomes immensely attractive to a woman. I always think of this couple of friends that I have, and the guy is the guy is not very attractive, and he knows that, but he got a very beautiful wife. But I tell you what, this guy doesn't care what people think. He doesn't care what people think because he's super comfortable in his skin, and he's always developing himself. He's always, he has some crafts that he's into, and so he's always honing his craft. He's always expanding his mind, expanding his interests, and he really owns who he is, his flaws and all. It's not like a secret. Like, he's a bit chubby, he's a bit bald, and it's like he owns that and he makes the most out of it, and he continues to become the best that he can be for himself. And so what I'm saying is, when we do that to other people, we go, wow, we want someone. Here's the thing. When we want love, we want that sense of security. What's going to make us feel more secure than a person who is secure with himself? I'm going to say that again. Most of the time, we want love to bring a sense of security into our lives. What's going to make us feel more secure is being with a person who's already got it, who's already comfortable in their security. And I'm saying, man, if you want a woman to really, if you feel like she's the one that got away and you want to get her back, getting secure with who you are is the quickest way to getting her back. And by doing the work to get there, exposing your insecurities. Good. Glad she left. Let every insecurity that you have come to the surface, because that's your blueprint. That is your blueprint of how you have lost security within yourself. And that's why chances are she's not with you. So when a woman leaves you and all of your insecurities get exposed in that moment, you better go to the drawing board and you better write every single one of these out. Because that right there is your blueprint of where you have lost yourself and maybe where you've never had yourself. And that's what you need to get to work on. If I were you, if I were in your position and I lost someone that I was really interested in, and all of my stuff came up, I would go, whoo, all right, what am I feeling here? Abandonment? I feel overweight. I feel like maybe socially I pushed them away. Maybe I got jealous. Like whatever it is, you freaking take out. Almost got me there. Almost got me there. You take out a pen and paper. You go to the blackboard and you write it out, and you go, okay. Chances are, I'm okay. Right now, I am feeling like no one's ever going to love me. Ooh, okay. If I'm feeling that right now because of this woman, chances are I've always had that inside me. That was a seed that was inside of me, and it is now sprung into a massive tree. And here is the fruit, and this is what I'm dealing with. That's what I need to deal with. So, okay, I don't feel like I'm ever going to find love. I don't feel worthy. What I would do is every single insecurity that comes up, I would write them out, and then I would get on YouTube and I'd type in, and I probably got a video for every single one of them. Like, okay, what do you do when you feel like people are always going to leave you? Like, how do you heal through that? I would take this as a blessing to go, I'm about to get rooted in myself in a way like never before. Because here's the thing, when someone loses interest in us, it never feels good. I'm not saying that by following this advice, people can walk out of your life and you'll never have a problem. If you just buy my product for $19.99, you'll never have a worry in the world again. That's BS. Listen, it's always going to hurt when someone's not interested in us and we were really interested in them. It's always going to hurt. You're never going to become that callous of heart. You're never going to become that disassociated from your emotions and feelings if you're paying attention to my work. You're never going to go down that path. So it's going to hurt. The thing is like I said in my video earlier, when I went through a really hard year in 2010, was a really hard year for me. I can still tell you moments in 2010 where I had good times. And it's like these moments are not meant to destroy us. They may hurt, and they may hurt like hell, but they're never, ever, ever designed to destroy us. They are always there to shine a light on the areas in our life where it's like, okay, this person exposed some things inside of me that I didn't even know was there. So thank you. I always say that I think that the quickest way to healing is through relationship, honestly. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should just jump in relationships to get healing. I'm not saying that, but I am saying, like, it's super easy to watch videos. It's super easy to talk to your friends, read books, see healers, meditate. You can do all those things. I'm not saying that all those things are always easy, but you can do all those things as a single person. But the minute you get into a relationship, that person is going to squeeze, and whatever's inside must come out. And so it is a wonderful opportunity to see, what am I really made of? What do I really have going on in the inside? So when this person who has lost interest in you, all they have done for you is they have squeezed on areas inside of you that were already there. And you got to go, okay, it is time to make this situation work for me. I've got to go to the drawing board. But some practical advice. What are some practical things that you can do? I always say go to the gym. Go to the gym. I always think that men always, it's very rare that I meet a man that his clothes are in order. I would say you need to go shopping, and you need to go shopping with a friend who knows her clothes. So many guys, I'm like, so many men dress so bad. I'm just going to tell you the honest truth. And what you don't realize is you are a walking billboard of whether you are attractive or not. And so sometimes just changing your clothes, I've seen this happen with so many of my clients. I'm like, babe, I love you. You have the best heart. I love your tenacity. You do great. But you look like a 65-year-old man going to play golf with his buddies. but yet you're trying to get a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 20-year-old woman. We got to change clothes. And I know guys hate hearing this advice. I don't care. Uh, then stay single and continue to have women losing interest in you. It's such a fast way to get a woman to pay attention to you. But let me tell you what, if inside all those insecurities are still there, she's gonna walk away again. Okay? Okay? I'm just letting you know that right now. She's gonna walk away again. But as a if you need something practical that you can just do because you need to feel that energy that you're doing your best, I would say go out and get some new clothes. Most men dress terrible. Go out and get shopping. Find a girlfriend. I used to do this when I was first a brand new dating coach. One thing that I would offer was shopping. So I would take some clients out shopping, and I loved doing it. And it was always a game changer for them. They're like, oh my God, women are starting to pay attention to me. Women are starting to think that I'm hot. And they're like, oh my God, it's changed everything. Ronak says, I still remember, Erica, you told me to grow a beard, and damn, that has worked as a charm. Women started taking me more seriously. So I agree on your practical advice. I do remember telling you that because you had such a baby face, and Ronak has such a sweet and pure heart. And I think women can kind of overlook that and go, oh, he's sweet. And I'm like, no, he's not. There's a beast on the inside of him. You just can't see it. So I'm like, grow it out like the beast that you are. And it worked for him. But yeah, I think fashion, I think changing up your fashion, going to the gym, becoming more socially aware, these practical things are a game changer to make a woman go, wait, why did I leave that guy? Here's the other thing. Having very strong personal interests. I always tell most of my clients are always a part of some kind of fitness community. And I always say, join a community, join something that you're passionate about. Women want to see a man that has his focus on something. So whether you're really focused on your business, whether you're really focused on joining a rock climbing group, a cycling group, just something that shows her like that you are a man of vision, of focus, of passion. No woman wants to be with a lazy lug who just wastes his life away watching, Netflix and eating till the cows come home, and they don't come home because he ate them all. You know what I'm saying? Like, have something that you're really interested in. Kim says, that's why I'm afraid to be in a relationship again, because it's so hard to find my old self after a breakup. You're not trying to find your old self. You're trying to grow into the highest version of yourself that's already inside of you, Kim. It's already there. You already have it inside. But you got to get to work and start digging and going, there is more to me than I realize. Like every single one of you, if there's anything that you can get from my channel, is I want you to understand there is always more to you than you realize. And adversity, this adversity that you're going through with a woman losing interest in you, this is only an opportunity to show you what you're really made of, to help expose the greatness that's inside of you. Chances are, most of the time, the majority of us are spending and wasting our lives away playing it safe, being comfortable, never taking risk. And then we go, why doesn't life give me more? Because you're not going out and getting it. You're playing it so freaking safe, and you don't realize that life is one big wild adventure that you're just not participating in, my darling. So yes, Kim, this is not to go back and get your old self. This is to get the new version of 5.0 of Kim Tay. And so it's like you rolling up your sleeves and going, it's time for me to get to work. Who is the 5.0 version of Kim Tay? What are the things that make me feel afraid in this? All right, then those are the things that I'm going to start attacking, because I'm not going to let those things hold me back anymore. Like limiting beliefs, insecurities, fears, all these things that come up inside of us. When they come up, it's to be exposed so that we can defeat them, so that we can grow, we can evolve, we can become better than that. I look at fears that come up in my own life, and I say, and it comes up and I'm like, and the old me wants to go, it's always going to be like that. The new me goes, oh, hell no, we're not staying like that. We're going to handle this one way or the other. Let me get on YouTube. Let me talk to my therapist. Let me talk to my friends. Let me talk to my coach. I will find an answer to this. And I think that that's the biggest thing that I would encourage you with, is that having a tenacity for yourself. And I think that summarizes, that's what I want to say. I think that is the heartbeat of what I was trying to say earlier. That I see so many men, and this is where men really screw up, that men become so tenacious about getting the woman and getting her back, and they're not as tenacious about reclaiming themselves. That's what I wanted to say. There it is. The mic drop. Most men are more tenacious about getting the woman, and they're not as tenacious about getting themselves back and reclaiming themselves. That was really good. That was really good, if I do say so myself. Ripped Up says, laughing out loud, that's Las Vegas outside of the strip. Everybody plays it safe and blames Californians for ruining their lives by moving here to Vegas. That's quite funny. I know a lot of Californians are like leaving and going to Texas and Florida and I guess Vegas. They don't want to pay those high taxes anymore. They're like, we voted these people in and now we're having to pay the taxes that we voted for. I'm like, yeah, what a concept. Jeez. Oh, California, bless. What if men, Dr. Pitbull says, if a woman loses interest, we walk away. I mean, yeah, if she's not giving you any answers and she's not being mature to share it with you, then yeah, it's a good thing that she has left your life. It makes room for the person that you really want to be with to come in. But here's the caveat. If this keeps happening to you, you can't keep blaming women. You got to look in the damn mirror and go, what am I doing? Where am I missing the boat? What are my blinds? There goes that dead skin. I'm so sorry, guys. This is just the grossness of having invisible braces. It just always dehydrated, always dry lips. Where is the blind spot that I'm not seeing? Like, if it keeps happening, it's not women. Here's a hint. It's you. It's time to get in front of the mirror and look at you. I'm just saying. Guys, have we just noticed? I just got to call attention here. Our homie who is always here is not here. And if you come to my YouTube lives, you all know who I'm talking about. Guess who is not here, you guys? And I miss the guy because I just said the thing about the mirror and he always says this and it makes me want to cry laughing some of the stuff that he says. Ninja Wolf. Where's our boy Ninja Wolf at? Where is he? He's at every live video and he's not here. Oh my gosh. I miss that guy. Mr. Mega 10 says, I don't trust women. They play around with too many at the same time. Are you saying they talk to too many men? Expand on that. Mark C. DeYoung, the new you sounds kind of like John Wayne. Pretty tough partner, but mostly pretty. Really, I always feel like my advice has been pretty tough. I feel like it's always been that way. I think that's why people like me. It's like, she gives a lot of tough love, but she's really funny and she's nice to look at. So we'll hear it from her. But listen, if I don't tell you, chances are no one else in your life is going to tell you. So you just thank that YouTuber Erica Angelo for telling you what no one else is going to tell you. Mr. Mega Guy, I have to disagree with you. He says that women always play around with men at the same time. They always have the upper hand. I don't think that women, I think if you spoke to a group of women, the last thing that they would say is, yeah, we have the upper hand. I think that in both sexes, there's always players. And you have to ask yourself, what is it about me that always gravitates towards the players? Do I see them as an easier target to get? And it's like, well, then maybe you're selling yourself out. Why do you keep gravitating towards players? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Thomas is like, where in the world is Ninja Wolf? Y'all, we need to pray for Ninja Wolf. Baby Jesus, please take care of Ninja Wolf. We miss him. We miss our Ninja Wolf. We hope he's okay. Jawad says, I only have one queen. It's Erica. Thank you. Derwin, I love this. Derwin says, this is speaking directly to me. This is 2 videos in a row that's been speaking directly to you. I'm glad that you are taking the time to watch these. Like, kudos to you. So guys, that's the biggest thing that I can say is, yes, when a person loses interest in you, yeah, it hurts. It sucks. No one ever becomes conditioned and says like, oh my God, that was such a wonderful experience. I can't wait to do that again. No one ever says that. No one's ever going to say that if they're being honest and they're not being weak and psyching themselves out and going, psych, that didn't hurt. Come on, don't be a damn fool. Of course it hurt. But what are the practical things you can do? Get really passionate about something. Get to the gym, lose some weight, change your clothes. Ask your friends for some feedback about if there's some social awareness that you're missing out on. That's the practical stuff. The stuff that's actually going to change your life is what I'm about to say and what I have been saying in this video and what I'm always saying in my work, which is you really want to change this around and not continue to have this. It's ask yourself, what is this bringing? Now that this person has lost interest in me, what is this bringing up inside of me? What fears, what insecurities, what's coming up inside of me? And how do I start addressing those? And I told you, I would start Googling it, going to YouTube, going, how do I heal this? How do I love myself through this? I've got tons of YouTube videos about this, but it's really getting to the root of you. And my ultimate thing that I said is, if men would just get more tenacious about evolving themselves, as opposed to being so tenacious about, I just got to get the woman. You get the woman and lose yourself, you've got nothing. And eventually she will leave you because you have lost you. You've left yourself. You've left the building in effort to get her. That never works. It never, ever, ever works. Space 99 Yak. You guys come up with some interesting names. He says, I was dating this girl who was seeing me. Ooh, this one's serious. And an ex that physically abused her, even hit her in the face in the middle of a party years ago. But I went off on her like that Twitter guy went off on you, and now she won't talk to me. Because how could you talk to a guy who does that? Ooh, so if I understand your messaging, it's that she came from abuse and then you kind of like screamed at her and now she wants nothing to do with you, which I have to say on her part, good boundaries on her part. And this is totally off the subject, but when things like this happen to a woman, when you see a woman getting hit at a party or you see women getting hit, I'm like, how are other people just standing by and watching that and not like destroying that person for doing that to a person? Like, where are the, I don't know. I don't get it. When I do see people stand up in situations like that, I have immense respect for them. Yeah, so it sounds like you screwed up and she doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Which one, you have to respect the fact that she is got some self-love for herself and she's not going to tolerate that behavior. One, you need to ask yourself why you spoke to her that way. Why did you think that was okay? That's what you got to ask yourself first. And do you plan on changing you so that you don't talk to her like that ever again in that way? Or if it's something that you think that it's just you who you are and you're going to continue to talk to her this way, then you need to leave her alone and let her go on her own way and you need to deal with you. But if this was a one-off event and you just lost it, because we all do, because none of us are perfect, if this was a one-off event and you just screwed up in the moment, then I encourage you to send her a message. She's probably not talking to you, but you can send her a text, send her a message on social media and say, listen, I really blew it and I really hurt your heart. You shared your past with me and then I hurt you this way. And I'm telling you that what I did was not okay. And it's never going to be okay. And I really respect the fact that you have created a boundary and you're not speaking to me. I respect that. I respect your boundary. I would hope that if you could just give it a couple weeks and if we could talk about this in person, it would mean the world to me if you would give me that opportunity. She needs some time to calm down. Like her adrenaline, her nervous system, her body's probably going, danger, Will Robinson. Here's another abuser. And she probably needs that time to just come back to herself, because when you've been abused and someone else abuses you, you just jump the hell out of your body and you're like, nope, we're not doing that again. You need to give her some space, let her come back to herself. But you also have to make sure that that's not something that you plan on repeating, that that's not who you are. Ripped Up says, what you are saying is interesting because women used to show up out of nowhere. Then I started reading up on how to attract women. Then I stopped doing that and women just appear and even approach me. Very nice. So I'm curious what you did that made women just show up. What was the thing? What was the thing that you did? I'm curious. All right, guys, make sure that you go. I want to hear your thoughts about this connection meditation movie that I made. I really want to hear what you guys think about it because I made this with so much love. And I have to say, I was listening to the video. I always feel like whenever I do things like this meditation that I made for you guys, I always like kind of like pray and I just like ask God for like I can't read people's hearts, but I know that God and spirit and the universe knows exactly what you're going through more so than I do. And so I always kind of just pray and put myself in this humble place of just like, speak through me. Like, you know what these people's hearts need to hear. You know exactly what their heart needs. You know exactly where they are. And then I just kind of, some people call it channeling. Some people just say listening to God. Some people say spirit moving through you. I don't know, whatever you need to hear that makes it feel settled for you. I just know I tune in and this is what comes out of me is what it boils down to. And so I really, really, even when I listen to the meditation, I'm just like, oh my God, that feels so good to my soul. It feels like a massage to my soul and heart. Ripped Up says, I don't know. In fact, I didn't realize women are just showing up. My friends told me every time I'm around, women would show up. For example, my first job ever at a restaurant, and my friends were more women are here than ever before. Interesting. I'm very ripped up. Are you ripped up? Are you all jacked? That's what's doing it? I'm very curious. Guys, it was really, really good having you here. I'm going to do a live video every day this week. I'm doing another live on Wednesday. I'm doing another live on Thursday. I'm doing another live on Friday because I am having so much fun. I have, I haven't done these in a while, and so I'm kind of addicted to it right now. So let's enjoy it while it's there. So I'm doing one every day. The one on Friday is going to be really super early in the morning, so some of you guys might miss it, and I'm going to tell you why. Guess what I'm about to do? I was going to tell you guys in my last video, and I didn't. So if you're still here and you want to hear about where I'm about to go next, not to move, but where I'm just going next, I'm living here in France, then stay tuned. This is what I'm doing. This Friday, we're doing a road trip to Germany. Then from there, from Germany, we are renting a BMW motorbike. And we are taking the motorbike and we are driving to Austria and seeing beautiful mountains in Austria. And we're going to do that for 2 or 3 days. And then we're going to drive back to Germany. And then we're driving to Prague which I am so excited about because my grandfather is from Czechoslovakia. So we're going to go to Prague. Apparently, I have family in Prague that I don't know. So I'm going to go to Prague and stay in Prague for the next week. So all of the lives next week, so all of these lives have been here in the south of France. All of the lives next week are all going to be in Prague. So I'm so excited. And I know I can't like always do them. I can't do them outside because it's too loud, but it's just exciting. So if you guys, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I mean, I can't really post the stories here. I wish YouTube had the setup that you could share more stuff like you can. I just shared my Instagram there at the Eric Angela. I wish YouTube was set up so you could see all this like personal behind the scenes stuff in my life because it's so exciting. But I'm going to go stay in Prague for a whole week. And then on the weekend, I'm going to Berlin. So I've never been to Germany. I've never been to Prague. I'm going to Berlin on the weekend where I'm meeting up with one of my dear, dear friends from that I met in Bali years ago, back in 2018. We've been good girlfriends ever since. I'm meeting up with her and her boyfriend on the weekend. And then on Sunday, we will drive back to France. So I am so excited. If you want to watch that journey, go follow me on Instagram at the Erica Angelo. You have no idea how excited I am. And I have to say, I didn't like riding on motorbikes while I was living in Bali, but I've been having the itch. So I'm really excited. And it's going to be like on a BMW bike. So that's going to be really fun. Anyways, that's the behind the scenes of my personal life. So I'm going to sign off here. Sean says, thank you, Angel. Much love. So much love to you, Sean. Jawad says, thank you for your efforts, Erica. You're the only one whose content resonates with me. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so, so, so glad that my advice speaks to you. And Foley says, my ex and I broke up 3 months ago. She doesn't want to meet in person. We had an argument on Valentine's Day because she didn't receive her flowers. Whoops. To make the history short, we still text and email here and there, but she doesn't want to meet in person. I'm about to give up and let it go as now more girls are paying attention to me. Yeah, I mean, you need to get clarity on why she doesn't want to meet up. I'm kind of curious if she's already seeing someone else and that's why she doesn't want to meet up, because maybe you'll see through that. Yeah, I'm just curious as to why she doesn't want to see you in person. But listen, if you continue to make effort and she's just blatantly saying no, then if there are other people pursuing you, you have to give that a chance. Bill says, have you ever thought about doing a video on men's fashion? I have. And the challenge is, here's my challenge with that is like, how do I actually show that? That's the tricky part of like, there are so many body types and I just don't know how I would actually show that. I think I talk a little bit about it in my video. It's a course that I have called How to Get a Date. And I show some visuals there. But I think it would be a great video. I just am not really sure how I would like actually physically make that, like if I could go into a store with cameras. I don't know. But I would love to do that. If you have some ideas of a way that I could shoot that, I'm definitely happy to do that. Kim Tay says, that's exciting. I know. I'm so excited. You can't even imagine. Andre says, well done. Jawad says, I got to admit to you, for a woman, you seem to be so confrontational. You have a super dominating personality. I am very confrontational. Do have a dominating personality. Yep. I'm going to agree with all those things. But also very tender and sweet. And I hope that you guys feel that love part from me as well. And with that, guys, thank you so much. I'm so excited to see the rest of this week on the live videos. This is going to be very exciting. So stay tuned. We've got more lives coming. Ooh, this is really good. Bill says, ask your viewers to send in date pictures and you can show and critique them and explain why you like them in the pics. You know what I could do? I could do a Zoom. That's a really good idea because I could do a Zoom and I can't do that live, but I could do that in a Zoom. That is a brilliant idea. Bill, I think I need to get on this idea. Let me get with my social media manager and we're going to talk about this. This is a really great idea. Shadow Moon says, "What is your sign, Erica?" I am on the cusp, so I'm a Leo, which obviously, I mean, hello. I am a Leo, but since I'm on the cusp, I'm a Cancer and a Leo. So I always tell people I'm a Leo on the outside, but on the inside, I'm definitely a Cancer, like super tender and super tender and lovey-dovey. Ripped Up says, "I remember getting into sales and my female coworker told me, you have something that most don't have." She said, "Oh, you have a presence and people just know you're there and are drawn to you." Somebody described it as swag as well. Man, Ripped Up, I wish you could you should send a video of yourself to me on Instagram. I'd love to analyze you and go, what is it about this guy? And then go, guys, we need to follow Ripped Up because he's doing something right. We should follow him. Send me a video or something on Instagram, Ripped Up, at the Erica Angelo. Okay, guys, I love you all. I'm going to head out here, but I'm so grateful to have you guys here. Sending you so much love. Listen, I'm sorry that this person has lost interest, and it hurts. It just flat out hurts. But know this, that this is just a moment in time. This is not going to be your future. I'm giving you tools so that this doesn't have to be your future. Okay. So understand that this is a moment. It's painful. It hurts. Of course, it hurts. But know that you're going to take my advice and you're going to change your life. That you're not going to allow this to defeat yourself. That you're going to be tenacious enough to know that you can become better, you can evolve, you can grow from this and become a better version of you that becomes very irresistible to women. Guys, I love you. I'm so grateful for your presence here. Thank you for being here. And if you're new, thank you for subscribing. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed and who are part of my work. It just blesses me, especially all these people who came from so many countries today. What a gift. What a gift. Guys, I love you, and I will see you in my next live videos. You guys take care. Bonsoir from France.